Tonight, from Lumen Field in Seattle, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Seattle Seahawks taking on the Cleveland Browns.
Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Tonight, we start Week 9 with a prime-time matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Seattle Seahawks. To bring us as we're off in Week 9. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 22 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Back to throw. McFarland. This one goes underneath to Walker, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
They'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. McFarland. And this is incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. McFarland. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Graham. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Watson. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
Batted at the line, but he still brought it in.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
But when you go on the road, you're hoping to make plays that will take the crowd out of the game. I think that's a pretty good example right there.
Yeah, a break like that never hurts, especially in the first quarter. Maybe help to set the tone a little bit.
Could settle them down, get them into the game a little bit easier without that crowd really being against them.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they were able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. McFarland. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. McFarland. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run again with Walker. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Going on the ground with Homer. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. This from 44 yards away. And his kick here is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 23 carries, 111 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Here's Walker to start the drive. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. The Seahawks at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And going right back to Walker to about the 48-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. McFarland looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Grant Delpit.
There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Now Cade York for the extra point.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. McFarland, left side, complete to Lockett. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. On 1st down, McFarland.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Operating from the gun, McFarland. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Breaking through to drop him. That's Perrion Winfrey.
The lessons will continue, but this rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Back to throw. McFarland.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this 1st half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
So here are the Browns to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that look.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds. That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And this one caught by Coates. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2, Watson. Touchdown! Amari Cooper, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
York now for the extra point.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Fielded just outside the goal line.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where
He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. McFarland. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. For the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Back to throw. McFarland. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Jadeveon Clowney make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now we get to see the punter, Corliss Waitman.
Here comes Grant on the return. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Watson's throw taken in by Grant.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They'll roll him out right. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bryant. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
A run with a fullback. It's Ben Mason.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall,
as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, Charles, after the first quarter it was just complete disaster for them, everything has flipped. I mean, it's 180 degrees in the other direction now here in quarter 2.
Championship effort right there. How about them marching almost the length of the field, coming through on their final opportunity to get the win? This is one that this team will remember forever, as well as their fans.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you've got that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. McFarland.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And down he'll go at the 25. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And they will take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Here's Watson. Dancing to his left. Going long for Coates. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. A throw he probably shouldn't have made, rolling left and then throwing back across the field.
And when you do that and you're rolling towards the sideline, you cut down your field in a big way, significantly. And the guys who play in the 2nd and 3rd level, those linebackers and DBs, they know that. And they know they don't have nearly as much space to cover. And they're hoping you try and throw it back towards the middle.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McFarland, this one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to have a 1st down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 1st down. McFarland now wasting time going right back to DK Metcalf. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll look to throw again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal, pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with...
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the half game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the 3rd. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And this a quick slant to Lockett.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. McFarland. That's caught over the middle by Fant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. McFarland. Short throw to Disley.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is the tight end Fant.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They run it again with Chubb.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the draw now with Chubb.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 63 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They'll run with Chubb. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Chubb again. Yeah, this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Hunter Bryant from a yard out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by York is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And this one wasn't easy. You had an East Coast team, Charles, going west, playing a night game, but somehow they were able to get the job done.
Yeah, when you talk about playing a night game, they're closer to being sleepy because of East Coast time with their bodies when you're kicking off to play the game. So that's a real big accomplishment for them to get that done. The flip side, too, is traveling home in the old days. You had to wait to get the video for your next game. You had all those. So you were really a day behind. Now the video's on their computers as they get on the plane to head back. So they can get a lot of work done on the plane while they celebrate.
It's going to be a long red eye, but as you said, a celebratory red eye back home.